morning. Happy Tuesday. Taking a live look right now over Elitch Gardens this morning. A beautiful start to the morning. Blue skies, and we're warming back up into the 90s. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. Good morning, everyone. A good day to be at the water park there at Elitch Gardens, getting ready to heat up nicely. Let's get a closer look at that forecast now with Keely Chalmers in for Chris Bianchi. Keely, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And I'll tell you what, that water park is going to be likely a popular place this afternoon. Temperatures are going to climb once again into the 90s. 91 degrees are forecast high for the metro area. Beautiful blue skies, 64 degrees. It's pleasant outside right now. Heading out, grab a light jacket. That's about it. Current temperatures across the plains. We are all in the 60s. We're talking about 40s and some 50s in the mountains right now. Live radar quiet. Again, things changing though as we head into the afternoon. We're going to have another round of storms starting in the high country, sliding down across the I-25 corridor. And we do have a level 1 risk for severe weather. The biggest threat, damaging hail across the northeast plains, so the far northeast plains. Otherwise, expect just gusty storms rolling through, those gusty winds. Warmer temperatures today, as well as those temperatures again climb into the low 90s. As for your 4th of July, we do have monsoonal moisture moving in on Thursday. We thought maybe it would extend into Friday and impact your 4th of July plans. At this point, it looks like we are trending a bit drier. Still have some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for the 4th, but nothing like we initially thought. So we are drying out, and your weekend's looking great as well. I'll have more details on that coming up in your complete forecast.
Ms. Keely, thank you. 7:02, Sky 9 up and flying along 6th Avenue and Sheridan. Easy breezy if you're taking 6 this morning through the Lakewood area. Let's show you what things look like on our CDOT camera. Travel for you at I-70 and 270 looking so much better. So if you were joining us at the end of our 6 o'clock hour, there was some real eastbound congestion that has really cleared out. Westbound looks a little bit slower now than the eastbound side. Let's take you over to our map right now and check in on your drive times. 14-minute delay coming into Commerce City on westbound 76. Almost a 30-minute drive time for you right now on westbound I-70 for your drive between E470 and 76. Delays on either side of 270. I-25 slow through the North Washington area. Westbound 76 starting to slow into the Berkeley Arvada area as well. New this morning, starting this month, drivers speeding through the construction zone along Highway 119 between Longmont and Boulder will first get warnings, then they'll get tickets. It's all thanks to new tech built specifically to catch them. 9 News transportation specialist Brianna Fernandez found out that CDOT has seen a sharp increase in work zone crashes.
So between Boulder and Longmont, right along Highway 119, speed continues to be a problem, especially right here at this construction zone area. Right now, I just drove up and down Highway 119, and the speed limit posted here is 55 miles per hour, but CDOT says that speed continues to be a big problem. So according to CDOT, in 2024, there were 547 injuries and 31 were killed in work zone crashes, nearly double the number of deaths from the previous year. So to address this, CDOT says automated cameras will track cars going about 10 miles or more over the posted speed limit. Cars are going to be photographed with timestamps at 2 different points. Once the car passes the first set of cameras, the clock starts. Once the same car passes that second camera, the clock stops. Then the system is going to calculate the average speed of that car between each camera.
Work zones can be sometimes unpredictable. You come across narrow lanes, new lane configurations that you weren't used to the day before. You can also have no shoulder space. So it's always a changing condition. So motorists really need to be aware of work zones as they're entering it, as well as be aware of speed limits. Everybody knows that they're entering into a work zone because there are plenty of signs to notify you in advance.
Now, warning letters will be sent out starting later this month, July 21st to be exact. But come this fall, that's when tickets will be issued. So if you are caught speeding along Highway 119, you could face a $75 ticket. Now, coming up in the next hour right here on KTVD, I'll tell you what other area CDOT is looking to add to these cameras. For now, between Longmont and Boulder, Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
Brianna, thank you. Within the last 3 hours, CBI issued a senior alert for a missing Adams County woman. 64-year-old Lori Blee was last seen yesterday morning at 8 in Brighton wearing black shorts and a blue T-shirt. CBI says she is is driving a 2025 dark gray Nissan Murano with a license plate DMRY96. Her car was last spotted near County Road 4 and County Road 37 in Lockbuoy yesterday afternoon. Lori is 5'5", has gray hair and brown eyes. CBI says she suffers from a cognitive impairment. If you see her, call 911 or the Adams County Sheriff's Office at the number listed there at the bottom of your screen. A man who experienced a medical emergency in the mountains of northern Colorado was at the center of a big weekend rescue mission.
The Larimer County Sheriff's Office says that he was deep in the Rawa Wilderness area when he started experiencing signs of altitude sickness that just kept getting worse. The Sheriff's Office got the call around 7 o'clock Saturday night, and because of the man's size, a Lifeline helicopter could not hold him. So they dropped in a first responder to treat the man until more resources could arrive. The Colorado National Guard sent in a Black Hawk helicopter that flew in the next morning and picked him up. He was taken to Fort Collins, where an ambulance was waiting to take him to a hospital. We are waiting to hear how he is doing now as of this morning.
A paraglider crash north of Loveland sent a man to the hospital Monday night. This happened around 7:15. Several people called 911 reporting the crash near Highway 287 and West 71st Street. First responders arrived at the scene, finding the pilot in a field with his gear. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. No one else was hurt. The Larimer County Natural Resources is now investigating the crash.
A woman says that her 26-year-old son was one of the victims of a chain attack in Boulder last week. This comes as Boulder PD says that they have arrested a man who attacked several people downtown. Christina Sasser says that her son Ashton suffered serious, potentially life-altering injuries after being ambushed. She says that her son suffered a fractured skull and damaged eye socket. Boulder police now say at least 10 people were attacked.
He was blindsided. This guy came out of nowhere. There were no words exchanged. As the man struck him with the chain, the only thing he said was, "Stay out of Boulder."
That's really scary. Christina says that her son may need to undergo reconstructive surgery along with other procedures. Boulder police, meanwhile, say that they are continuing to speak with victims, and they urge anyone with information to come forward.
We have learned the man accused of killing his cellmate Monday morning in the Denver jail may also be responsible for a pair of deadly stabbings just the day before in Aurora. Sources close to the investigation tell 9 News investigates that same man is a person of interest in those stabbings. Aurora police said both people who were stabbed Sunday were stabbed in a similar manner just a couple of blocks apart on Colfax, so they began investigating whether they were connected. Later that day, a man was arrested for DUI. Denver police say overnight he attacked his cellmate, strangling him to death inside the downtown Denver detention center. Sources tell 9 News investigates that man, Rick Roybal Smith, is a person of interest in the deadly stabbings in Aurora. While the motive is not known, Kathy Alderman with Colorado Coalition for the Homeless says this is the type of violence people on the streets fear.
It's not uncommon for people experiencing homelessness to have crime perpetrated against them simply because they're outside and they're accessible.
9 News investigates confirmed Roybal Smith is currently on parole for a series of felonies out of Arapahoe County. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison in 2016 after pleading guilty to vehicular assault DUI. And in 2023, he received a 4-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to felony menacing.
This morning, we are learning the names of the 2 firefighters killed in an ambush attack in Idaho, Battalion Chief John Morrison and Battalion Chief Frank Harwood. A procession was held Monday for the fallen firefighters. Meanwhile, Coeur d'Alene Fire Department engineer Dave Tisdall remains in critical condition. Officials shared more information about the suspected shooter, 20-year-old Wes Rowley, who they say died after shooting himself. The sheriff's office says that he posted this picture shortly on Instagram before the attack. Investigators believe that Rowley intentionally started a brush fire before opening fire on first responders, and now the community is searching for answers as to why this tragedy took place.
Right now, behind the scenes, there's a lot of work going on to really understand who this individual is and what motivated them to carry out this attack.
Officials say that Rowley had no previous criminal records. In a statement, the stepfather of the suspect said that he and his family do not understand why the incident occurred.
Brian Koberger has agreed to plead guilty to murdering 4 University of Idaho students. It's part of a deal with prosecutors to avoid the death penalty. Several media outlets report the news was delivered to families of the victims in a letter. Koberger is accused in the stabbing deaths at a rental home near campus in Moscow, Idaho in November of 2022. The now 30-year-old, then a criminal justice graduate student at Washington State University, was arrested in Pennsylvania weeks after the killings.